Yo, Water Walkas in the building.
So I was talking to the Lord and praying and asking God, what did he want me to give to his people? And the Lord blessed or placed in my spirit today, be a water walker. Would you look at your neighbor and say, be a water walker? Would you? Because you got to declare it out of your own mouth. I am a water walker. Well, what is a water walker? I'm glad you asked that question. I'm going to explain to you what a water walker is. A water walker is someone that will get out of the boat during a storm. A water walker is someone that is not paralyzed by fear. A water walker is someone who can maintain their focus even in the face of danger. A water walker is someone who can walk on what has been released to kill them. Don't fool yourself. Don't you fool yourself. A water walker is human. A water walker is full of emotions. A water walker has fear. A water walker has reservations. A water walker even have negative thoughts. But in spite of all that, he has the ability to trust God in spite of it. I want you to hear me. Water walkers are not Superman or Superwoman. Water walkers have it. Don't you think that we're not sitting in this church and some of us have reservations of being here or a little afraid of what could happen because we are trusting God, but we have decided that we are going to trust God over our fear. We are going to trust God over our anxiety. Water walkers are people who know how to walk even in a storm. Now listen, you know that we do have some water walkers in the natural. I believe if we have water walkers in the natural, then we ought to have water walkers in the spiritual realm. I believe that water walkers, we as believers, listen to this, we as believers are first responders. Let me say that again. We that are believers are first responders in the spirit realm. You got to put on the whole armor of God. You got, Jesus said it this way, whosoever love his life shall lose it, and whosoever loses his life for my sake shall find it. Can you imagine what the church could do if we didn't have such scaredy people? Y'all got quiet on me. That's okay. Could you imagine if people say, I'm going to heaven anyway? I'm gonna live if this earthly tabernacle be dissolved. I have another building not made by hand. So I'm not gonna worry about what can happen to me here. Do you think God's gonna send you out there all by yourself when you are willing to be a water walker? I'm telling you, the Lord will be with you. We believe, or we that are believers in a crisis ought to be first responders. You ought to be the first one that pray for the sick. You ought to be the first one to encourage somebody. You ought to be the first one to use and show your faith. I am a water walker. Yes, I am. I am a water walker. I'm telling you, it's not that I am the Superman and I don't have any fear. I am putting my fear under the authority of Jesus Christ. And I am walking with him because he walks with me. That's what we preach. That's what we sing. He talks with me. Goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Now, if that's true, then where is your faith to walk even in the midst of the storm? There is a story. Y'all know where I'm going, and I want to share with you about a water walker. I want to share this story with you that in spite of his fears, he was able to get out of the